Do you have a love-hate relationship with sleep? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Sandy. Me and sleep have been, we're gonna call it frenemies for a while. I've always struggled with sleep for some reason. I'm sure there are tons of reasons why I struggle with sleep. Sometimes up until now that I've struggled with sleep. I have a whole playlist on my sleep journey. I've always thought of myself as the night owl, which I don't know where I stand with that right now. I think putting labels on stuff sometimes puts you in a box that you don't necessarily need to be in. I think I would classify myself that and just say it like that and just not dig more into it if I was in a party and I came up on a quiz or something. But I think holding on to that as a thing, as I am a night owl, I think can be dangerous. Because then you fulfill that role. You want to do that. And I know I have. So that's one of the reasons why I say it can be dangerous, because then you're putting yourself in a box that you don't need to be in. Recently, I've been really sick after this huge historic snowstorm in Wisconsin. So I decided to prioritize sleep, which has been profound to me because instead of stressing out and worry about not getting sleep, see, that's why I've been trying to flip things lately. And that's one of the things that I thought was so profound. I wasn't stressing about sleep. One of the reasons why I got my fitness ring was to be able to track that I am sleeping. Because a lot of the time I don't think I do sleep. And when I'm sick, it's even worse. There's just been something about prioritizing sleep that has just been amazing for me. I've just been able to stress about so much less. I don't know, this whole being sick, normally I'm so focused on getting better, how fast I can get better, all this, that, and the other thing. And I haven't had to do that. I've just been like, okay, so I got 2.5 hours of sleep because I was coughing all night. What can I eliminate right now that I can get more sleep or just lay down and rest my body? It's been so profound on prioritizing sleep. For example, the second I finished when I finished my degree, I wanted to get, I think it's 6 miles a day. They say 5 days a week you're supposed to get 6 miles a day or whatever. I still haven't gotten there. I think it has to be more of a gradual thing. I learned that that's not something that you can do overnight or even in a couple months. So I was super focused. That was my priority. I'm going to get at least 10,000 steps today. Well, then I learned that I was super focused on that, my house didn't get clean. I just made a video on the environment. And cleaning does help, but there's more to it than that. And I think it's more personalized than that. But then my house didn't get cleaner. I did get more steps in, but my body wasn't ready for that amount that fast. So I'm like, okay, how can I shift that? Let's try to get more cleaning done. I can still get some steps that way. And then we'll work on that 1 day a week. And then when I got sick, how about we work on just sleeping and resting and being? So I've been doing that more with the flow. And cleaning's happening. And depending on what I'm doing, because it's a fitness ring. So shoveling gets you extra steps. I think there's a cheat on there, but that's just me. Or even doing my hair. I was cut because I used to be a hairdresser. So I was cutting my hair the other night. Wow, I don't know how I got 10,000 steps, but I did a nice little trim on my hair. So that's been interesting. So I've been switching my priorities around. What are your priorities? So right now, my top 3 priorities, we'll say 4. My lifestyle is always about food, even though I don't want to say I despise food. I don't like eating. Eating isn't something that I'm still trying to work on that, but I know it sounds bad, but if I didn't have to eat to live, I wouldn't. There's so much time and effort and money into eating. That's a lifetime project right there. I'd rather do other things. I don't know. I guess maybe it has to do with a little bit more right now too when I'm sick, but it's been my historic thing that it's just I've always been allergic to food, so I think that's why that food's never been fun for me because it usually makes me sick until I figured out what it wasn't. But back to sleep, because I don't want to get off the topic of sleep. I'm just talking about priorities, but that's not food to me isn't a priority. Food is my lifestyle. So my priorities right now, my top number one, I've moved it to number one position, is sleep. That's my top priority. My second priority is still trying to get some steps in, move my body, safe movement. Third one, water. I think I have another one in there. We're gonna go with water. Hydration, because that's also the things that I don't necessarily pay attention to. So those are my top three. Oh, cleaning my house. We're gonna put water and cleaning my house in the same one. Sure. That's the one I wanted to say before, but I couldn't remember at that moment. So those are my 3.5 priorities right now. Drop in the comments below your 3.5 priorities. And if you want to watch more of my experiments or my sleep journey, check out here and here. Bye.